There is no less than 2 pounds of food here. Guys, good morning. It's Mike Ching here in Melbourne, Australia, starting today at the Queen Victoria Market. This market has been around for over 140 years, stretching 2 whole blocks with anything from clothing to books to gifts. And of course, there's food, and that's why I'm here. Finger line, $249.99 per kilo. Oh, and an ostrich egg. Oh, these are giant. I think US the only country where eggs are kept in a refrigerator. There is a ton of stuff at this market. You can just do all your grocery shopping. All the produce is fresh. There's tons of fruits, vegetables. You can buy sheets, blankets, clothes. You can buy belts. There's a whole stall just making belts. And there's tons of fruit that I've never seen before. Like a vanilla persimmon. Did not know there were different flavors of persimmon. Oh, Tasmanian scallop pie. I would get one, but I'm actually heading to Tasmania tomorrow, so I'll get one over there. Oh, this market is amazing. It's so cool. Whoa, these are the biggest figs I've ever seen. Oh, the size of my palm. These strawberries look really good too. Direct from the farmer mussel pot. Heck yeah. Steamed natural mussels, steamed chili mussels, taste sensations. Ooh, grilled mussels, huh? Half a dozen. Wow. Really juicy sweet berries. This I'm really excited about. Never seen a fig this big before. Wow, look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful fig. Oh, this is awesome. This is really sweet and juicy. Just got my mussels. Got 2 different orders. The first one I got is what they recommended. It's a steamed chili coconut cream. So it's mussels and tomatoes, chili, cow's cream, coconut oil. There's parsley, comes with a couple slices of bread. The other one, half a dozen grilled mussels with garlic butter breadcrumbs. And they smell amazing. And I don't think I've had mussels this fresh before. The only time I've ever had mussels, of course, at restaurants. This place, literally grabbing fresh mussels from their fridge, then cleaning it and cooking it on site. So you can't get fresher mussels than this. Oh god, tell me this. This is amazing. These are some of the best mussels you could ever find. So these are giant Australian mussels. They're so plump and juicy and clean and tender. They're a little sweet, tiny hint of brininess, little nutty with that beautiful meaty texture. I mean, I've only been in Australia a couple days. I think this might be the best thing I've had here so far. Not only is the mussels tremendously wonderful, the sauce is amazing. Rich tomato-based sauce. You taste the garlic. You definitely taste that rich coconutty cream. It's spicy, it's zesty. It just goes absolutely perfect with these mussels. This is so, so good. If you ever come to this market, 100% must try. These are the grilled mussels. These are the second most popular item here. Little blast of lemon juice. So this is garlic butter, breadcrumbs, lemon, parsley, and they look like slightly smaller mussels. Oh. Maybe smaller in size, definitely not smaller in flavor. Just depends on what you like. The 2 taste completely different. Obviously, one is soaked in tomatoey sauce. The other come with toasty, crunchy toppings, much more buttery, much more garlicky. And a little acid from the lemon juice to balance out the richness. They are both so good. I think I wanted half a dozen, I accidentally got a dozen, which I now believe is divine food god intervention. Never get half a dozen of anything here. Go for the full dozen, trust me. So this is the meat and fish haul. Let's check this out. feel like I am in heaven. So many different cuts of meat. If I lived here, I would definitely be here all the time. Oh, there's an oyster bar where you can just grab seafood and eat it right here. Wow, those are absolutely ginormous. So this section of the market is filled with people selling deli meat, a lot of Italian shops, spices, there's fruits and candy. Gotta go back to the seafood section. There's so many things I want to eat here. Got a tray of freshly cracked uni. That is just so sweet and buttery. And they tell me that all the seafood here comes daily. Places just sell out of stuff, so you gotta come early and grab the freshest stuff. This is really good uni. That was such a cool market. I think my favorite part of that is definitely the seafood market. Oh wait, the mussels. It's the mussels. Anyway, I don't have a lot of days to spend here in Melbourne, so I wanted to take a day where I'm just going around restaurants in Chinatown. I'm gonna start right here, Chong Qing Man. Gotta start with some breakfast noodles. And this place has been voted as one of the top cheap eats in Melbourne. Let's try it out. This looks delicious. So a giant bowl of noodles with some veg inside, covered in chilies and sauce for about $8 US. This is great. That's a lot of heat in here. I got the spiciest, which is Chong Qing spicy, the highest level of spicy. Yeah, they're not joking around with this. Be careful ordering that. And still where it doesn't cover up the awesome flavor of these noodles. So I got two bowls. The first bowl, dry noodles, so you can really appreciate the chewy texture of the noodles. And it is very chewy. These are very thin, straight noodles. So very traditional Chong Qing noodles. There's some sesame for some additional fragrance. Good amount of umami. Just add some Chinese vinegar to make this even better. Yeah, that just brings its own unique blend of umami. Awesome fermented flavor to this dish. I mean, this thing is loaded with flavor. You can tell just by looking at it. Peanuts, some sauerkraut. This is just an absolute bowl of flavor. I think that spice level is perfect for me. They're spicy beef noodles, and this thing comes with a mix of beef and tendon. The broth is so good. Now I'm thinking I kind of made a mistake. I should have ate the soup noodle first, just because it's kind of chilly outside. So eat this right away, warm your body up, and then I should have ate the spicy one before getting back outside. What was I thinking? I can taste how beefy this broth is. Oh yeah, the flavor is so deep. Add some vinegar. I consider Chinese vinegar quintessential when eating any type of Chinese noodles. It just goes so well with any rich or very flavorful or soy sauce based broth. The noodle's good, the broth is good. The beef is just the epitome of tenderness. Barely needed to chew that at all, especially the pieces with the tendon breaks apart so easily. This is some melt in your mouth chunks of beef. Look how easily this thing breaks apart. A lot of Chinese noodle places, either the broth is a little off or the beef's not so tender. This place nailed all of that. And there's dumpling shops over here, Shandong dumpling shops. 自助小炒, what? I think it just means like, just grab things yourself and they weigh it for you. I don't think it's all you can eat. Spicy string wonton show, 半熟炒. So this place makes all their dumplings in-house. They had a really interesting wonton dish that's coming up, but I had to get some traditional dumplings, so pork and chive dumplings. This dumpling skin is very smooth and chewy. Good amount of juice in these dumplings. The filling is plump, very juicy. I really like this dumpling wrapper. It's a very chewy wrapper. Chewy, thin, a little bouncy. Dumpling actually has a pretty big wrapper. Usually that's not a good thing, but here, That's pretty perfect. This definitely satisfied my dumpling craving. Every single time my family's ever made dumplings, always included pork and chive. It's just the best ingredients. Also, got a bowl of wontons, and these are their newest wontons. The person here told me they're amazing. It smells good. Wow. It's really good. There's a lot of chilies and peppercorn on top, so it's very spicy and yummy. Classic Sichuan flavors. The wrapper, very thin. Again, pretty chewy and nice. I really like the wrapper. Inside is fish eggs, and I think it's shrimp mixed with pork. And it's dry wonton, so not a lot of sauce. And a lot of sauce is not needed for this. Yeah, I really like this. The filling, a little sweet from the shrimp. You get a great popping texture from the fish eggs. Overall flavor, especially with the chilies and the peppercorn, delicious. This is a very unique ingredient for wontons. Yeah, very glad I got this. And this Chinatown has so many noodle and dumpling shops. Wish I could try them all because so far, love it. This is the street around Chinatown with all the bubble tea shops and desserts, and this dessert place looks interesting. This place has all sorts of different cheesecakes, and you can actually taste them all before you get it. And you can also get a ice cream soft serve with the cake. Slice of cheesecake with cheese and milk ice cream. So good. Yeah, definitely highly recommend. The cheesecake's amazing. I like how you can taste the cheesecakes before getting one. Cheesecake with the ice cream, that's the way to do it. One thing that's pretty interesting about Chinatown here in Melbourne, if you go to Chinatown, New York, it's just wall-to-wall tourists. Here, mainly locals. Now heading to the last lunch of the day before dinner. This place looks really, really good. Here it is, Fortune Alley. Wow. I just found my favorite restaurant here in Melbourne. This place is incredible. This is my plate of food that I got. It's one of these places where it's not uncommon. You can walk in, you can get rice and a selection of dishes. They also have dumplings and soups and pretty much whatever you want. I just wanted some noodles because this looks like lu mian, which is the steamed noodles that I love. There is no less than 2 pounds of food here. They piled it on, and this is 16 Australian dollars, so about $10.50 for this giant platter of food. I bet you Panda Express does not exist here. Let me just double check this. Nope, no Panda Express. Panda Express shouldn't even think about coming here. I got some tomatoes and eggs, got some Ching Shell Man, the braised pork. They recommended a chili chicken, so I got some of that. Braised pork, it has all this fatty chunks of pork, and again, they loaded me up because this is easily a meal for 2. Tomatoes and eggs, one of my favorite things in the world, all gooey and beautiful looking. The spicy chicken looks delicious. Ching Shell is so good. The braised pork, absolutely phenomenal. Oh, this is awesome! Spicy chicken, Chong Qing flavors. There's some chili, some peppercorn here. So it's got a nice crispy texture on the outside. This is a great recommend. This place is where I would go every single day for food. $10, that's including tax, including everything. There's so many dishes I want to try. This is a lot of food, and I have dinner in about 3 hours, so this will definitely tie me over. That was an awesome lunch. Dinner time, and dinner is gonna be fishing season catch cook. So this place, all the fish is live in their giant fish tank. So here, this is cod, this is eel. So this is the interesting part. You can scoop your own fish. Oh, look at that. All right, you saw a good size one. Now that I got my fish, this is a set meal. So I think in total it's about 4 or 5 courses. In the first course, fried fish skin. This is freshly fried fish skin chips. I thought it was just gonna be cold ones from a bag or something, but oh yeah. This is freshly fried, hot, crispy, delicious. I love fish skin chips. fish skin's got so much collagen, so after you pop these crunchy chips in your mouth, you get that nice, fatty, gelatinous aftertaste. Course number 2, so you get to choose between 3 seafood appetizers, and you can choose between scallops, marinated prawn, or abalone. I wanted the marinated prawn, but they were out of that, so this is the drunken abalone. Tastes like abalone marinated in rice wine. How about scallop? Looks really good. That thing is 10 out of 10 on the tenderness scale. Fish just went into the steamer. They put a little towel inside to wipe down the steamer a little bit. I did not expect that much steamer. And then afterwards, giant fish went in. I got the original soup base, which they said is the best because it's supposed to be broth that's been stewed with the fish bones for a long, long time. Finally, it's covered with this little bamboo tiki that has a little hole on the side to let out the steam. And the fish is just going to cook here for about 8 minutes. While it's cooking, here's a sauce pot. So after 8 minutes, the top comes off, and inside, not only was the bone broth added, there's also some herbs like jujubes, there's some ginger, see some frozen tofu dips with types of mushrooms. Wow. Flaky white fish soaked in this creamy looking broth. Oh, that's God. There's a Chinese word for it, xian. It's so fresh. I mean, this is probably fish soup at the highest form. There's so much good fish flavor in this broth. One sip, you taste that depth of flavor and that beautiful umami in this broth. And this thing is gelatinous as well. The broth is already congealing a little bit on the surface. I mean, that's all that beautiful collagen from the fish. And the meat of the fish looks beautifully flaky. Taste it on its own. You gotta be careful. They don't debone this for you. Cod doesn't have a lot of small bones, but they do have these giant bones inside, so make sure not to swallow those. Fresh, flaky, and clean. And really no funky fishiness whatsoever. And if you want more flavor, dunk it in your dipping sauce. If you like fish, you will absolutely love this. Also, take the other ingredients that's inside this fish soup. Oh, that fish is just so succulent and tender. I feel like I'm doing it injustice with this dipping sauce because this is typically what I would use for hot pot, but I feel like I need a milder sauce for the fish. Maybe just a little bit of soy sauce and maybe some fresh herbs. A little bit of soy, garlic, and herbs. Oh, this piece, look at this. You see all the collagen on this piece of fish. This is perfect for fish. You gotta be careful. If you come here, don't just blindly put a piece of fish in your mouth and swallow it. Oh, and the frozen tofu. Soaked in all that awesome fish broth. This piece right here from the cheek. This is a glorious piece of the fish. That from the fish belly, my favorite. So after the fish, this is the next course. They add in some tiger prawns, mussels, fish maw. If you never had fish maw before, it's the organ of the fish that kind of keeps it floating. It's super gelatinous and very good for you. There's also scallops, prawn ball, and they have these little penguin squid ink balls that they put on the edge of the pot and they tell you to push them in. So that sounded delicious and a little sad at the same time. Oh, there's some abalone here as well. This is something I first started eating when I was filming weddings. And every single wedding, there would always be fish maw soup. So good, and so good for you. Scallops, delightfully succulent and tender, and after it's been cooked in that fish broth, it soaks a bit of that gelatinous rock into it. It's very nice. I feel a little less bad about penguins because this thing is pretty darn good. Half of it is squid ink, half of it is just regular squid ball. And that's a sweet and snappy squid ball. Abalone is delicious. I think that tastes much better than a drunken abalone I got before. Obviously, everything cooked in this broth. The flavor is going to be more subtle, more mild. At the same time, it just feels so hearty and delicious. I feel like the more you eat, the healthier you become. Oh, these giant king prawns here in Australia. They have these things everywhere. They're so good, especially the head and the body. It's just ridiculously sweet. Next course is some greens, giant beef balls, and check this out, barramundi noodles. So barramundi is also known as Asian sea bass. I've never had a noodle form before. The flavor is mild, the texture is very, very bouncy. It just tastes like they took a fish cake or a fish ball and made it into a noodle. I think it's delightful. But it's stuffed with juicy meat inside. I really like that. Next course is a meat course, so slices of Australian Angus Wagyu went into the broth. It's very lean meat, so it's not as tender as I would like, but you do taste that nice fattiness and marbling. It's okay. I wish it was a little more fatty. Finally, dessert, scoop of ice cream. Some kind of chocolate powder on top. I think overall, this is a great meal, especially if you love fish. I mean, this meal was made so you taste that beautiful, natural flavor of the fish, and it's as fresh as can be. There's really no denying that. And I did ask him, like, what if you accidentally, like, scooped up a smaller fish? They said they would let you try to get a bigger one. So even if you're not as skilled at netting a fish, it's okay. And there's a lot of food in this meal. I think there's about 6 courses. You get a lot of food. If you're on a keto diet, this is a great option for you. And if you're not a big fan of really mild flavors, you can make some sauce and dip the fish in that. So there's something for everybody. And I don't think I've had a fish experience like this before. This is truly unique. And that wraps up my food day here in Chinatown. Started out at the Queen Victoria Market, and then pretty much just spent the rest of the day here eating. I think my favorite things today were the noodles and also that rice platter place. Seriously, I can eat their breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's all my favorite food. It's like they made that place for me, and you get so much. I think I'll miss that place the most. Bottom line, I love this Chinatown. I think when I was here over 20 years ago, I don't think this existed. I love it. I'm jealous of you guys who live here. As always, all places I went to listed down below for you. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.